Okay, so this is my 6 tips and tricks video for the Behringer Craves. I wanted to talk about something that's in the manual again. Let's see if I can get it in focus this time. Right, MIDI CC 1, 2, 4 and 7. Let's try controlling them. The idea is I wanted to sequence the Craves externally. With this circuit tracks, I have the ability of scales and keys and probability per step, if there is a step. So if you put that there, I can choose out of 80% how much I want, or out of 100% how much I want. So that's really useful. Onto a new track, so we don't muck anything up. Right. So the way I've got these two Craves set up is this one is plugged into my audio interface and this one is receiving MIDI from the circuit track. So that means I can play notes. I can play the Crave with this and take advantage of all the things I just mentioned. In order to get this to work, in order to hear something in the first place, you're going to need, well, I'm going to need to plug my VCA line into my extension audio in. And I'm also going to need to plug the gate out into the gate in. So now we can hear sound. And again, because this is plugged in to the MIDI out of this can play this and receive scales and keys. So I'll change the key there. Right. The CCs, if I was to put in a note, and maybe let's go to the old project. If I put in some notes, let's do some bass. Okay, that's fine. Let's make sure it's on the right MIDI channel. I want, there we go. So we've got a little bass line going. Right, if you go back to the manual again and we go to CC1, we know that we can control that with MIDI. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your Crave is set. You go into the menu by holding hold and shift and press 8 and you get a yellow flashing light. And go to the second menu, and when we're in the second menu we want to go shift and 5, and that will put us on 13, which is MIDI CC1. Now on the templates for the circuit tracks, because you can draw MIDI templates, I've set macro 1 to 1, 2 will be 2, 3 will be 3, 4 will be 4, 5 will be 5, 6 will be 6, 7 will be 7 and 8 will be 8. I've only managed to get glide and cut off to work so far, but why this is interesting is because you can give it parameter locks per step. So we've put the Crave on the right mode. We need to exit the menu. Now we need to come out of the assign, because we was in the assign menu there. We come out of the assign, and really you can go into anything you want and you can mult it, but for now we're just going to go into the cutoff, get a smaller patch cable. Now I'll put the cutoff down on the Crave. You should be able, aha, I have to get the right MIDI template up, which is 8 for me. Now we have cut-off control as well as glide. So now on per step basis we can go take the beat off for a second. Maybe take glide off. Make this step. I have to cut off right open. That didn't work. So this works really well when you've got a beat behind it. It's a good start. So now let's try get some smaller patch cables again and mounting this. Put it into a mold and try the cutter. Now the interesting thing is here, because we're not using the Crave sequence, you would assume that we can't do things like hold and reset and stuff like that, and I imagine you still can't. But you can. Reset doesn't work. Hold, that definitely seems to work. What else can we do? Put some resonance. Switch to a high pass filter. Go back to a low. Not too keen on resonance. Let's try more depth. So now if we go back to the notes and we'll take the beat off again. Let's slow this down so it's easy to hear. So once you've got it on here, there's lots of things you can do with it. Like I say, you've got probability. So let's go to probability. We could make all of these weird percent chance of them actually going off. Now we can switch the key on the fly as well. Shame reset doesn't work. It's certainly not going to come up on here, turn the exchange. Let's put glide on. So that's just a switch really. This isn't the thing that will actually control it once it's on. To make it jump a bit more. You can see this jump in the car. See, no, I haven't got it plugged into the cut-off, and that's why it's not doing it. So, there we go. So I've showed how to do this in Ableton before, but I wanted to try and show it in the sort of the real world, you know, in a dawless way it can be done as well. All you have to do is put the Crave in the right mode, which is 13 on page 2 by pressing Shift and 5. The reason it's Shift and 5 is because you're getting past 8, and this has only got 8. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the actual thing in the menu that needs to be ticked. Once you come out of that, whatever you plug the assign into, you're going to be able to modulate. You're going to be able to modulate that on macro 5, which is CC5, if I'm correct, or CC1, sorry. Yeah, CC1. But whatever you mult that to, you're going to be able to control on here. Now, if this second one was playing a sequence, then I probably would be able to get this to reset the pattern on that. Very interesting, the combination of the two of them. Again, the reason I've done this video is because I wanted to see what the Crave could do with the MIDI CCs. Really interesting. I mean, yes, you can only technically control one thing at a time, or two things if you don't mind controlling them with the same knob, the same macro essentially it would come. But yeah, it's a very very interesting thing, I think. Okay guys, thanks for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll find more things to do with these. Thank you.